Another day, another WAD to review. Welcome back to Doom WAD Reviews. So next up on our list in the master levels is a WAD called HELLMART. Now, I've already looked at this text file a little bit, and I'm not entirely certain on this one. It's kind of 50-50. It is like a two-player deathmatch WAD, but it also claims to have single player. And just reading through this, I feel like it's a single-player map, just supports deathmatch rather than the other way around, because we typically skip those. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and if it ends up being really short, maybe I'll throw another one in. So not much else in the WAD here. Build time, ask my wife. Yeah. Yep. So, let's see. A little slow in the beginning due to the large number of enemies. Well, yeah, that was the struggle back in the day. Very hard limitations on how many actors you could have in play at once, or the size of your maps and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's jump in and see what HELLMART has to do. I guess this is modeled after a place where this author worked, a grocery store. Cool. All right. Maybe it might remind me a little bit of the Duke 3D map, Duke Burger. Oh, we deathmatched, me and my friend, when I was in high school. We dial up modem and deathmatched Duke Burger so much. Really, really good. Oh, hold on, let me just forgot to switch over to the appropriate device here. Don't want you guys hearing the game audio on my speakers. Let me just cancel out of that to make sure it picks up the right device. Okay, cool. We are good. Let's see what HELLMART has in store. Okay, so right off the bat, here's that big pile of enemies they were talking about. Oh, I kind of need that chain gun, like, right now. Busy at the HELLMART today. Ow. I hope the lights didn't flicker like this at the actual store. And I hope people weren't walking around on top of the coolers. I'm assuming these blue things are meant to be like coolers. Like the frozen section, you know? Okay. Alright. What do we got for ammo here? Not looking too good. There must be a way to get up on top of these. Let's see, a red key to go in that door. Whoa, hello. Apparently that was a damaging room. Okay, let's just take another run at this. I'll quit spectacling at everything going on around me and actually play the game now. Oh, there's a rocket launcher up there. Ow! Customer service counter? Something like that? So apparently this is a damaging room. Ow. That didn't feel good. Hello, I would like to shoot the enemy now, please. Looks like they had like a little diner area here. Was there really a fountain in the place? Can I get through there? Maybe. Listen here. Wow, surprised those guys were just hanging around for that long. Unless maybe something opened and released them? I don't know, maybe. Let me see if I can get, yeah, there's one of those issues. Now, I feel like I should be able to run between those things. Let me try again. Nope, maybe not. Whoa. Okay, some kind of storage area here. Yep, as soon as I saw him, I knew what was coming. Wow, this is no joke. This is a little rough on ultraviolence. Gotta get rid of the shotgunners. They're, like, first priority. Ow. Okay. Wait a minute. I don't have any other weapons? That seems wrong. Give me this shotgun. Give me this shotgun. Okay. Pick up a little health. I hear some doors opening. What's going on here? There are little pits down. Oh, that's where they came from. Something raised those up. Okay, I get it. Presumably there are more down in those. No. Okay. Oof. I really thought he was about to take aim. So that's that end. Now I gotta go get that key. I'm already stupidly low on health. Red key. Wait, was this a red key? Am I stupid? Oh, right. This room is full of these guys. Oh, I wasn't as low on health as I thought. Okay. So, what is in here? These things are of questionable usefulness sometimes. Against hit scanners, it's great, but against everyone else... Yeah, I can't shoot down at him. So I'm not even going to waste the ammo. Alright, let's head into the back area. I mean, for the time, this isn't a terrible recreation of a supermarket, but, like, its detail is definitely lacking. Even for the time, an author could have done better. Like a cooler. I always think these things are like coolers, you know? So some of these areas back here, I'm not entirely certain what they're meant to be. They kind of just look like storage rooms, but... Bathrooms, maybe? Okay, a little health here. Yeah, bathrooms. Oh, hey, there's a blue key. Okay. Okay, that's a yellow door. Again, doors not marked with the appropriate key textures. That's not the best. I don't think we've seen a blue key so far. And I heard something back here. I'm just going to check out this area again to see if any of these monsters have been released. Because I don't want anything popping up behind me. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay, there's a health pack up here. Okay, so let's head into the far back area. These doors also are of odd widths. That one's fine, but like this one, the door texture's cut off a little bit. Same with these. Like, I get that they had to, like, their primary focus was on recreating their super... That's just cheap right there. That is a big no-no in level design. Big no-no. Okay, I'm going to try to rush through this, because I don't want to keep having to go through this same initial area. Do not place items that the user, or the player, rather, cannot reasonably get. Do not bait them with items into an inescapable trap. Don't do that. That is going to frustrate your player. That's not fun. Okay. Get rid of these two guys, pick up some health, because I'm already kind of low. No medikits yet, just stim packs, which is kind of an interesting choice. I don't hate it. It's definitely a way to go, if you provide enough of them. Okay, we got some shotgunners down here. Twofer. Alright, we got something going on back here. Yeah. So there was nothing behind the red key door other than the invisibility sphere, which is like, okay, I guess. But like, is that really worthy of putting behind a key door? Especially when the key is like right there. Maybe I'll switch to this for a while. Let's see, I think there was a key in here for a door that we have not yet seen. Do not hop down in there. I seriously doubt that they had an actual crusher in their supermarket, so don't really know what the point of that was, but you know, that's a lot of cells, but nothing to use them with. Ah, another damaging room. There must be another cooler of some kind. Oh yes, medkits, please. This is interesting. You don't often see people do odd angles and shapes with boxes. Usually you see very nice square cube boxes. I kind of like this. You don't really see that. All that seemed to do was raise that window. Okay. Was there something else up here that I was meant to get? Maybe around the side area? No. Okay, well we know there's a yellow key door out there that I haven't been in. But I don't have a yellow key, so... Yeah, it's that one right there, a yellow key door. I have a blue key, but I haven't seen a blue key door. But then again, none of the doors have been labeled, so... Would I know if I had seen one? Don't know. Maybe this was the blue key door. Just because of the texture? Radiation suit. Okay. Okay, so now the question is how do I get out of here? What do I do? What do I do? I mean, there was nothing in here other than this. Wait, what's this? Just a closet. Okay. I mean, so... There are some examples of good WADs back in the day that were based on real locations, like Trinity WAD of Trinity College was really good and based on a real location, and it had custom textures from the real location and everything. But they were few and far between where that kind of thing actually played out correctly, and a lot of people tried to make WADs of like their office or, you know, stuff like that, and the problem is that real architecture and real locations don't translate into Doom very well. Just because of the nature of how the engine works. And, I'm just not really sure what to do now. There's nowhere else to go. So yeah, this was the blue key door. Right here. But again, nothing behind it of any importance. There's obviously a hallway behind this doorway here, but how do I get to it? Let's see. I don't have a yellow key. Is there some way to lower the shelves in the main room? That's the one thing I have... Oh, going the wrong way. Haven't really figured out yet. So in the main storefront... Is there a way to lower all of these things? Maybe there's like a control panel somewhere that I'm not hitting? Up front, maybe? Because there's stuff on top of them. Maybe up here? No, no. This one got me stumped. Yeah, this one got me stumped. How? Just double checking that there, in fact, is nothing down here. Any doors along here? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a hidden door along here somewhere. So once you hop down there, there's no coming back. Okay. And obviously there's a yellow key somewhere. I hate going around just randomly mashing on walls, but sometimes that's what these WADs are like, you know? Trying to get a look up on top of these shelves. I don't see any keys. At least this doesn't hurt. Presumably there's a way to get back here too? I don't know. I'm kind of stumped on this one. I might just have to cheat. I don't like doing it, but unless I'm really freaking stupid and just not seeing something, which is entirely possible, I won't, you know, discount that possibility. Hello? Secret door with more stuff in it that I can't use. So this room full of hot coals doesn't hurt me, but the other rooms do. This is kind of giving the indication that there's something more back here. Like, why is that line... not appearing on the map? Yeah, okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm stumped, and I don't want this to go on too long, so I'm just gonna do the only thing I can think to do. So, is there really a doorway down here? Like, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to, like, bank on it. Yeah, let me just save real quick. And we'll check. Because if there's a door down here, that's just... There is. Wonderful. Do not like that at all. That is... Don't put required flow to exit your level behind a secret door. Interesting. And did this even accomplish anything? I mean, I've got a plasma gun, sure, but I'm no closer to finding an exit. Oh, wait a minute. There was more down there. Can I walk through this? I can. Oh, there's a teleporter that puts me in the cooler. No! So, wait a minute. Now there's... There's a teleporter that sends me somewhere I don't want to go. At least this floor isn't damaging. That goes up, but according to this, there should be something right here. It's not a shoot wall. Very interesting. I don't know what they were going for here, and that caused... The way they did these lines caused all kinds of problems here. Yikes, 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 yikes. Let's IDDT again and see if we can find the yellow key. Oh, it was hidden behind a body. You gotta be kidding me. I looked in this room and went, well, there's no reason to go in there. Because I knew it would be a damaging room just by looking at it. So, I mean, this WAD is like teaching you all the wrong things. Like, okay, look at like John Romero's Sigil, right? In the very first level, the WAD trains you that when you see the demonic eye, you can shoot that to raise a platform or open a door or do something with an on-shoot trigger. From the very first level, it establishes that shoot the eye to make progress, right? This is like the exact opposite. It trained me with all these damaging cooler rooms and everything. These rooms hurt you. I opened it up, didn't see anything worth having, and went, if I go in there, that room's going to hurt me. So I just didn't even bother to look behind the pinky. That's a little irritating, not going to lie. But anyways, now that we know what's what, let's go behind the yellow door. And as usual, there's nothing here of import. So the real question is, how do you exit this level? Like, where is the exit? Looking for the exit, looking for the exit. I don't actually know if the exit is marked on the map. There's still dudes down in these floor holes. Still don't know how to get on top of these things. Starting to think there isn't an actual exit trigger anywhere, so it must have just been a deathmatch map with some key elements to it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that looks exity. Is that a word? It is now. Yeah, shoot me, whatever. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like this one is completable. So I think we're just going to leave it there. So, yeah, give my final thoughts on this one. I mean, back in the days, seeing a working 3D game engine for the first time, a lot of people had these grand ideas of just being able to create their real world in a virtual space. And unfortunately, most of the time it just didn't work the way they wanted. Because, to be perfectly honest, the real world is concrete, and Doom levels are built on an idea of abstract level design. Whereas, so long as you don't look at them too closely, you could mistake them for what they appear to be. A military base on, one of the moons of Mars, or, a hellish landscape. But as soon as you start to look too deeply into the details, you're going to find they're just not there and things don't make sense. Like, you think about the first level of Doom, E1M1 Hangar. It's famous, right? If you don't look at it too hard on the surface, you're like, oh yeah, this is a military base, and it's the entrance, and there's a hangar with ships and stuff. But if you really stop and take a deeper look at that level, its architecture makes no sense. It's like, this is not a functioning base, But that was the idea, right? That those kinds of details would just get in the way of an action experience. And that honestly was one of the aspects of the dispute between Tom Hall and the other founders of id, John Romero and John Carmack. Tom Hall wanted those kinds of details and design and story and stuff like that in the game, and Romero and Carmack disagreed. They said that the game should be a pure action experience, and that kind of stuff would just get in the way. So when you look at these levels that are based on real locations, it's trying to be this Frankenstein of a concrete real location displayed in an abstract way, and oftentimes they just don't translate into a fun game experience. But, I'll give them kudos for trying, and like I said, sometimes it worked. If you've never played Trinity WAD, go play Trinity WAD. It was considered a really great WAD back in the 90s. and it is based on Trinity College. So I've decided I'm going to do things a little differently from now on. I realized that I have been calling this Doom WAD reviews, and while I talk a lot about them, I never actually like score them in any kind of concrete way. So I've decided to establish a scoring system, and it's going to be out of 10 with 3 different sections on which they will be scored. One will be level design. This is going to include things like the overall architecture of the level and how the level flows. Things like, is there a lot of backtracking, meaningless backtracking? Not all backtracking is bad, but like meaningless backtracking, confusing design, boring flow, linearness, those kind of things. You'll lose you points in those in that category. Detail. Talking about things like atmospheric elements, texture alignment, texture choice, having a theme, appropriate use of lighting and tension, those kind of things. The attention to detail. 3 points in that category. And then 3 points in the category of fun. Now, this one is more abstract than the others, but it's just going to be my judgment out of 3 points about, did I have fun playing the level? Because it's entirely possible to have a level that scores poorly on the other 2, but I still found it fun to play, even if its design and detail weren't that great. It happens. So it deserves to be a separate category, and 3 points in each of those categories. The lowest the WAD can be is 1, highest it can be is 10. So, where does HELLMART stand? Let's start with design. So obviously, this is kind of an awkward one to start on when talking about design of a level, because it's meant to be designed after a real location. Now, we don't know exactly what that location is, and they obviously took some liberties. I'm sure that there wasn't an actual ceiling crusher in their store. Maybe a trash compactor. I suppose that's possible. But the design was very uninspired. I mean, yeah, it was a supermarket. You couldn't really mistake it for anything else, but the rooms were empty, all the same level. There's no meaningfulness to any of them. Now, maybe it was just a deathmatch level. That is entirely possible. And I didn't see an exit switch, so I mean, I'm kind of bordering on just throwing this episode out entirely, but I think I'm going to let it stand, because I really wanted to talk about the real-life architecture inside Doom. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 on design. The flow was okay, I guess. I mean, I was able to figure out where to go. The yellow key card kind of stumped me, but the use of key doors for meaningless goodies, I mean, I never even figured out how to get the rocket launcher, so the rockets were completely meaningless. I knew where it was, but I couldn't figure out how to get up there. There was probably a way. But the level just had no flow. It was just all over the place. There was no direction. You just kind of ran around, opening various doors, looking in various empty rooms with a few sprites thrown in there. I mean, I will give them credit for attempting to recreate their place of employment, their grocery store. Then that's where they're getting the 1 point for, because otherwise it would be a 0 in that category. Detail. Unfortunately, also getting a 1 out of 3. Now, it's going to be easier to say why I'm giving them 1, because they found some clever uses of textures to kind of indicate what various things were. Like, when we first started the level, it was clear to me, okay, we're looking at the aisles of a grocery store, but then on one end, the aisles, the two aisles on the end were that blue computer texture instead of the gray slime texture, and I immediately knew what that was meant to indicate. It's like, oh, those are freezers, like the freezer aisle in the grocery. I was like, okay. They used a texture in a way that I was able to discern what that was supposed to be translated into real life, and I was like, okay, cool, I respect that. The non-cubicle crates, I respected that too. I don't see that very often. I mean, it's obviously they put some thought into the textures they used to try to indicate what a given thing was supposed to be. But at the end of the day, it was still pretty uninspired, and there was no real attention to detail or atmosphere, or the theme was even kind of all over the place, but that's just out of necessity because they were trying to match it up to a real-life location rather than having it be an abstract thing. I mean, they just kind of randomly threw gore sprites around all over the place. there's just nothing there. There's just nothing inspired there, unfortunately. Fun. Was it fun to play? Tough call. I'm leaning towards a 1 here. I could probably make an argument for a 2 if I had the opportunity to play it on Deathmatch, but that's not what this series is about. So I'm going to give it a 1, just in the sense that it kept me interested enough to continue looking at the things in the mart, but eventually it got very frustrating because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing. I couldn't even figure out if there was a way to end the level, which by all appearances there's not. I guess I could load it up in Doom Builder and find out for sure, but I'm not going to do that. So 1 out of 3 in every category for a total of 3 out of 10. Not the best WAD we've played, not by a long shot. But hey, you know what? You're going to have those sometimes, and I don't fault them for trying. So thanks for watching this episode of Doom WAD Reviews. I hope you like the new review format. I'm going to stick with it for a while to see how it plays out. Hope we get to see a nice variety of WADs coming up to kind of, exercise that and see if it's appropriate. So like and subscribe to keep up with this series, and until next time, rip and tear.